gonna look at the Fast Blast 442, Spartan's film-inspired street rod. But unfortunately, they have a Spartan in the vehicle that we haven't opened yet. So, first we need to look at Bazooka Attack Spartan, battle equipped, load and fire. Bazooka Attack Spartan comes with, as you may have guessed, a bazooka. Apparently it's specifically a handheld MP92 bazooka. I like how Mattel's not messing around and saying it's like a trank gun or anything, it's just a straight up bazooka. He also has a stun baton, fits in his fist, which looks almost exactly like the glow rods in the movie, unlike Battle Baton Spartan, who came with baton that didn't look like the stun baton. That's it. I've said baton too many times now. A cryo injector gun and a gas mask. Fits over his face. So there's the man himself. Not too much to remark on here since he's literally just a guy in a t-shirt and pants. He's wearing a San Angeles Police Department shirt, which is in the movie font too, so points there. It looks like he's just a retool of the same Last Action Hero frame that was used for the flamethrowing Phoenix. He's got the same square handholds as the figures from Last Action Hero do. He probably just took one of Jack Slater's molds and pinched out some clay on the side to make the kind of riding type pants that they wear in future police department. He has very shiny boots though. It's nice that his head looks correctly scaled on this one, even though they are extremely flat. It's really strange, like his biceps are thicker than his entire torso. So here's the bazooka, which gives him his name, with extremely bright red. Oh, there's actually a notch in this one, so the missile can only go in one specific way. It's not something you typically see in these kind of toys. Gas mask, which I'm not sure why they included with this figure. It's not in any reference to anything in the movie that I recall. Just something they had laying around maybe. The stun baton, which has the square peg and straight peg. So you know, it's inclusive for who gets to hold it. And a cryo injector gun, which is from the movie. They use they prep him for cryo freeze with a clamp kind of gun just like this. But it's odd that he comes with it, because one of the figures we haven't gotten to yet is the Clio Craw Tech. This guy. Which would make a whole lot more sense for him to have it, since Spartan didn't inject himself with it. I guess maybe the idea is that he's putting other criminals on ice or something? I don't know. So the square, except the kind of square handholds he has makes it very easy for him to hold all his weapons. However, since he weighs almost nothing, especially in the upper torso because he's hollow, he can't really point his rocket launcher very well. Even with these really sturdy feet they gave him, it's just too much. There we go, that's the way to go. Since it's got a short back on it, he can hold it this way, but then you can't really get to the button in the back to fire it. You know, the problems just never end. Anyway, let's get back to what's really important. I actually had to move the camera back to get the awesomeness of this thing and all in the frame. So this is based on the Oldsmobile 442 that he finds underground in San Angeles and ends up on a lengthy car chase with. I'm really curious about who this is supposed to be driving it. It looks like a bald guy. On the back you've got a shot of it in all its glory. If it looks this good, I'm going to be really impressed. It has a massive quad-barreled spring-loaded launcher on it, so if you're into spring-loaded launchers, I mean, you can't go wrong with 4 of them in one. It also has some battle damage feature, I guess. Exploding engine, roll it out. Any head-on impact makes the engine blow and hood blast off. Awesome. It is over 15 inches from fender to bumper. Seats Spartan figure and his passenger, which is funny because I kept forgetting to mention this, but there is no Huxley, Sandra Bullock's character, in this line. So Spartan either has to ride with himself, friendly, or a cryo claw attack. So the trunk also apparently pops open on impact. It's a crash action trunk. But what's really cool is it's big enough to put the missile launcher in, so you don't always have to have that on the car. And apparently this was $7.99 at one point, which is quite a deal, because this is now of the Demolition Man line, the only piece of it that seems to be worth anything. This is definitely the most expensive piece if you're going to collect this line. It appears that a lot of the box's weight is packaging. Alright, so here's what you find as soon as you get it out of its cardboard sarcophagus. Don't know what this is or what it once was. Looks like it may have been a rubber band at some point. Now it crumbles. So a couple things right off the bat. Getting the plastic off, you notice that there's no kind of back metallized on the bumper. It's not shiny like it was on the back of the box. They did do this kind of pinstripe along the side in black, but unfortunately the two black stripes on the top are stickers, which is kind of disappointing. They've got kind of some bumpiness from age. We'll see how those go on. But also inside the accessories bag was the engine block, which is a kind of bizarre Robin's Egg blue, I guess. On the box they had this as silver as well. Really nice windshield. They did a great job with this. Very clean paint apps, and it's really thick plastic. And the 4 missiles come on sprues. It looks like they give you 1 extra. Oddly enough, I have not seen the missile launcher yet. Is it in the trunk? Oh man, pretty cool. It's in the trunk. So yeah, it actually came that way. I didn't put it in there. That's kind of a nice touch. So yeah, the gun is enormous. So it's got some serious trunk space. This thing, it has some serious heft to it. There's a lot of plastic in this thing, especially in the bottom, so all the weighting is down there. I don't really know what the weight is coming from, other than just the sheer amount of plastic used to construct this beast. So it's got quite a presence. I mean, let's put Spartan next to it just to give you a sense of the size. It's not as good as what's on the back of the box, but it is awesome. It also comes with some assembly instructions, windshield, stickers, how to operate the gun, and the blow-off engine block gimmick. Of course, be sure to fasten your action figure seatbelt. So I'm going to put this thing together and be right back. So I was wrong, there's only 4 missiles. The thing in the center is just an extra sprue. Just thought I'd clarify that. Alright, so here it is, all stickered up. What was nice is that the stickers they reminded me more of like water slide decals than usual Mattel stickers. They're very thin, they go on really well. The stripes actually look really nice. There's a 442 sticker on the nose here. More 442 stickers. Door handles are actually stickers, which is surprising. Fast Blast license plate, another 442 badge. I did want to point out that this sticker on the side of the gun, it looks like it's future font, but all it says is RSTUV WX, and Z, RJG 7.2 on the rocket launcher for some reason. But you can see the scale of this thing is awesome. Spartan looks really cool in it. I think it is worth noting that the one in the movie is a hardtop. This is a convertible. I think that's mostly due to Last Action Hero has the very similar car. In fact, I think most of this molding is the same. They just changed the hood and the grille and added a spoiler and stuff. But you know, props to them for changing it up so it doesn't look exactly like the Pontiac that they made for that movie. I'm gonna do a review on Last Action Hero 2, so when the time comes we'll compare this to Slater's convertible. So let's try out the engine block action feature on this. I'm not sure what this is gonna do when I push the button. I actually haven't tried it yet, so hopefully it doesn't fly off and hit the camera. Alright, so it doesn't do a whole lot, but it does blow the hood off and the blue engine block. That just fits into this cross peg here and closes with a click. The hood is held on by these kind of 2 friction tabs here. So there's not a whole lot holding the hood on, but it doesn't seem to be much of a problem. It does snap quite tightly. The trunk opens and you can kind of see the huge metal axle that they've got in the base of this thing, which is probably where some of the weight comes from. So let's try out Spartan's gun that he just happened to find in this car that he just happened to find underground in perfect condition. That's pretty cool. It is strange though that it has the same kind of runner in the missile that his bazooka had, so they only go in one way. So you can't just reload this thing very quickly. You gotta find the right peg. But I think it is really nice how they sit almost flush in the gun. A lot of neat features, and the fact that you can just pop it off and throw it in the trunk is just a great added bonus. So there it is in all its glory. The Demolition Man Fast Blast 442. Bazooka attacks Spartans there too. I don't even care that he's not in focus because I just want to look at this car. This thing is awesome. I think this is one of the coolest things that I've opened so far. Just great. It doesn't look as good as the one on the back. I really don't care. I think it's a fantastic toy. It looks great. It's hefty. Stickers are goofy. The giant gun is completely appropriate for this thing, and they can put it in the trunk, which is just such a added bonus. So if you're a collector, you like Demolition Man, I would almost say the figures don't matter. It's all about this car. But you really should have at least one Spartan to sit in there. I haven't looked at all the Spartans yet. There's still one more, so I'm not sure if they can all sit in there. I think my instincts was right to not wait till the end to open this thing. I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to get in there. Very cool. It's gonna look great in a display. As always, thank you very much for watching. We've got a little bit more Demolition Man to get through, and then we'll move on to something else.